Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Exercise 23H of chapter 23, addition and subtraction of fractions. So this is your main objective, like how to add or subtract the fractions. So let's discuss this example. It says x minus 2 divided by 3 or over 3 plus x minus 4 over 2. So these are the steps that we have to follow. How can we add or subtract the fractions? The steps are almost the same that we use to add or subtract common fractions. So what is step 1? That you have to see what are the denominators. So the denominators are 3 and 2. You will find the LCM of 3 and 2, that is 6. Now in the next step, you will try to make both the denominators like this 6. So you how can you make them by look like 6? You can multiply this denominator by 2, and you can multiply, if you are multiplying it this denominator by 2, so keep this fraction equivalent, you have to multiply the numerator also by 2. So I have written it over here clearly that multiply both the numerator and the denominator by 2. And here, if you want to make it 6, you have to multiply it by 3. So if you are multiplying in the denominator by 3, same thing, you have to do it in the numerator. So clearly you can see I multiplied by both numerator and denominator by 3. Why we are doing all this? To get this denominator, both these denominators to be 6. Okay, now in the next step, we keep the same, and remember that whenever we are adding or subtracting the fractions, when their denominators they become same, we do not make any change in the denominator, we keep it same, only we add or subtract the numerators. So see, I brought this denominator here in the next step, and in the numerator I wrote to the first numerator, and then because we have to add the fraction, so I put plus sign here. Then I wrote this second numerator here. Now because there are brackets, so let's remove the brackets. So this one will give you 2x and this one will give you negative 4, and positive 3 times x will give you positive 3, and then positive 3 times negative 4 will give you negative 4. The next step is to rearrange them. Why do we need to rearrange them? So we can have like terms together. So you can see that 2x and positive 3x, we can write them together, and then negative 4 and negative 12, we can put them together. So finally these like terms, when they will be added, they will give you 5x, and this is both of them, they are having negative sign, same sign, so you will add them and you will keep the sign, so it's negative 16. So this is your final answer. We are going to follow these steps in this whole exercise. So let's start the questions now. Let's see what is the LCM for 5 and 4, because the denominators are 5 and 4. So for the LCM for both of them will be 20. You can list the multiples of 5, then you can list the multiples of 4, and then you will see that 20 is the common multiple, right? Okay, now to make this denominator 20, we are going to multiply it by 4. So in the numerator, you will also multiply it by 4. This one is 4. To make it 20, you will multiply it by 5, and same thing you will do it in the numerator. Okay, now because both the denominators are 20, so it means that we are going to write 20 in the denominator, and it's better once write the numerators here together, because you know, if it's an addition problem, if you are adding the fractions, then there will be no problem in all the steps. But if you will have a negative sign over here, and because of that negative sign, the signs of the bracket will change, so it's better to write it once together, both the numerators on one fraction bar. Clear? So let's remove the brackets now. So how do we remove the brackets? 4 is going to be multiplied with x, and then 4 is going to be multiplied with 2. Similarly, positive 5 times x and positive 5 times negative 1s. So finally we will get 4x plus 8, and here plus 5x minus 5 and over 20. Let's highlight the like terms. So 4x and 5x, they are like terms, and here we have positive 8 and negative 5, they are like terms, right? So let's write them again in a proper order. So we have 4x plus 5x together, the yellow ones, and then we have positive 8 and negative 5, the green ones, and in the denominator we have 20. So let's see what will be next. So these two like terms will give us 9x, right? And these two like terms will give us positive 3 over 20. So this will be the final answer. Hope you understand all the steps. Okay, now better pause the video here and solve this question number 5 on your own. Okay, let me do the first steps for you. What is the what are the denominators? It's 5 and 7. So the LCM will be 35. So this one is going to be multiplied by 5 and this one is going to be multiplied by 5, right? This one is going to be multiplied by 7 and this one is going to be multiplied by 7. Okay, so the LCM is 35 and here the denominators are 35. So put it in, in the denominator's place. Here it will be 35. Now bring the numerators together here like this. So now you will see that why do we have to write them once together on one fraction bar, because here now we have the negative sign. So 5x times 5 will be 5 times x will be 5x, and here we will have 15. Now what will be here? 7 times x will be negative 7x, and here negative 7 times 2 will be negative 14. This is the main mistake that most of the students they make, because they do not write it together. So they just multiply it over here, 7 times 2, 7 times x, 7x, and 7 times 2, positive 14. But remember, because of this negative sign, these two signs will, from positive, they will change into negative. Now let's collect the like terms. So these two are going to be collected together and these two are going to be collected together. Now better pause the video here and complete the question on your own. So here is the answer for this question. Just last thing, both these answers are correct. You can write the answer in this way, negative 2x plus 1 over 20, or usually they try to write the positive term in the beginning, so you can write it as 1 minus 2x over 20. But both the answers are acceptable. Now here question number 17, this is a little bit different, so I will just make the first step for you and then I want you to solve it on your own. What is the difference? Like here you can see 1 over 5 is written separately and this is written separately, so you can put 1 under it and you can put 1 under it. Now what will happen? Like denominators like 5 and 1 will be multiplied together, so it will give you 5 here, and then 1 times this bracket will give you 4 minus 3x, because if you will multiply this numerator with this 1, multiplying by 1 will not make any difference. Plus again, these are the denominators 10 and 1, it's going to be multiplied together, so it will give you 10, and 1 times the numerator, it will give you negative 3 minus x, right? So it's the same question, just it's written in a little bit different way, otherwise it's the same question. Now what will be the LCM? It will be 10. Now better pause the video here and complete the question on your own. Here is the answer for question number 17. Just one thing that I want to discuss, why I multiplied here by 1. Most of the students, they think that there's no need to multiply here by 1. Okay, in this question it's fine because it's an addition question, right? But whenever you have a subtraction, when you want to subtract the fractions, if you will not put 1 over here, maybe you will forget to multiply this negative 1, because in that case you will have over here negative 1, right? Negative 1 to multiply inside and change the signs. So just with doing one extra step, it will not take that much time, but it will save you from making a mistake. So let's see what is the next question. Again, a little bit new, but you can also change the same question into the question that you were doing in the, let's say like question number 1. How? look at this. How can we change it? If we multiply this one here and multiply this one here, so it will give us 7x minus 21 out of 3. Subtract and now multiply it over here and multiply it over here, so it will give you 2x plus 10 out of 9. Right now it's exactly the question as we did the question number 1 or 5. So what is the LCM now? It's 9. And now complete the question on your own. Here is the answer for this question number 24. Clearly you can see here why it is important to put 1 with the second fraction, because in this case we were having a minus sign, we were subtracting the fractions. So if you will put just this -1 over here, so you will not make a mistake, because you will multiply -1 by 2x and then you will multiply -1 by 10. So you will not forget that you have to change the signs of both of these, right? If you will not put 1 over here, most of the girls, they do it like -2x and then they write plus 10. So it's not plus 10, it's -10, right? That's all for this video, students. I will make another video for the second part of this exercise.